What's up YouTube? Tonight for you I have a non-full evolution team. So these are Pokemon that don't have any evolutions whatsoever. And I thought, well, this was the highest rated one up in the, I think the video before the last one. And yeah, we're going to do this one. Now I did get a couple of the other high rated ones up. One of them was like a Christmas theme one. I'm definitely going to do that one, but probably a little bit closer to Christmas. But that one is definitely going to happen, so we don't need to keep doing that one. Let's get this one started because it was a really long battle. But a question of the day is, guys, just leave your theme team in the comments you'd like to see. Thumbs up the one you'd be most interested in seeing as well. And that one, which one is the highest, will be the winner. Let's get on to this battle anyway. So it's been a long time since I've used Farfetch'd, so that was cool. I'm running a choice scarf set on him for once, and it doesn't work too badly. It's just I think he gets a decent speed of about 360, so it's not too bad. Okay, Lapras is just a big bulky special defense wall, and I dodge a toxic there, which was really nice, and I'm able to hit Alomalala with a really big damage on that freeze dry. So I'm quite happy with that damage. Now, as soon as I thought this Pokemon, I knew that I'd be in for a really stalling match, and with Regenerate it can just swap out and get its like a percentage of its health back, so it's really annoying. Okay, so it's just going to do a Protect and get another turn of leftovers there. I was going to go for a Confuse Ray here, but I thought, nah, I'll just go for a Freeze Dry again. I may as well get some sort of damage. Out comes Druddigon, and I thought, well, that's good. I can get some super effective on this. I know that it's got massive special defense as well. So I didn't think it'd do too much, but it does a lot more than I thought. I'm like, okay. And then I outsped it. I'm like, okay, maybe this is like a spec set or something. And then I get a freeze hack. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that was hell lucky. So I got a very nice early lucky play there. And also, you can get this thing's Dream World ability now, adaptability. That's pretty scary. It could well have had it. I'd say Thunderbolt was heading my way, or maybe Focus Blast. Okay, out comes Stalk. Obvious, close combat is obvious. Well, obviously trying to scare me out of here. Regardless, I don't want to stay in against any real physical hit whatsoever, so I just swapped in Tropius in case there was any sort of fighting move. But he's going to predict that swap in and hit me with a Poison Jab, which hit me pretty hard, actually. Just does under half, so half my health, so it doesn't activate my Citrus Berry, unfortunately, but I guess that's not that bad. I just went for Air Slash because that was a nice little move against Stalk. Does decent damage to the incoming Swoobat. Now, I know this thing is going to have Simple and it's going to set Calm Minds up, Stored Power. Now, I've got this Choice Banded Druddigon, and it's pretty decent, and I'm running Sucker Punch on it, so I was hoping I could take this thing out with it. Because obviously it's just a real bulky tank, and it's got some nice attack, and priority Sucker Punch is really handy getting rid of the Swoobat. So I'm winning pretty comfortably at the moment. I was quite happy with that. Now I think it started to change when this came out. So I was locked into Sucker Punch here with Choice Band, so I didn't want to swap him because I knew that it was going to use Shell Smash. That was really obvious. Now I went to this. You might think that's an odd play, but I'm actually running Giga Drain on this. At the same time, and I got that from Tudor. The latest Tudor's got that, so I was very happy, and man, it played a massive role in this battle. Okay, so first they get a Shell Smash, then they use another Shell Smash. I'm thinking, okay, so 2 Shell Smashes. Why? And then I'm thinking, well, I guess they got Sturdy up, then they can get another one off. So they've got 2 Shell Smashes off here, which is pretty scary. And I just fire off the Giga Drain there, getting them down to the Sturdy, which is cool. So obviously I was like, oh, that's alright, but then they have weakness policy as well, so they've got 2 Shell Smashes up and a weakness policy. I'm like, oh, holy fuck, that's shitloads. Obviously I thought like a water move, so I just swapped into Lapras to try and see what moves this thing has. It's got Aqua Jet, so that's bad because that's stab priority. Now I did have a little plan in mind, so I had to sacrifice my Lapras there. Unfortunately, Rock Slide absolutely destroys me, but I had a plan here, because I did have Sucker Punch on my Druddigon, and I already showed him that, and he knows that. So I was thinking, well, the only way he can actually outspeed me, or stop my Sucker Punch, is Aqua Jet. And he does Aqua Jet, and it doesn't take me out, and I decided to go for Dragon Claw instead of Sucker Punch, because I knew that they'd be thinking that I'd probably go for Sucker Punch to try and outspeed them. And that's how I got past the Caracosta. So it was pretty important that I used Sucker Punch before, because that made that prediction possible. Okay, out comes Sork. Sork's going to go for close combat. I thought he might try and go for Poison Jab again against my Tropius to get some more incoming damage, so I did stay in there. But they changed that up and took my Druddigon out. But that's alright. He played his role really nicely. They're getting rid of that Caracosta. Okay, so I know... I'm getting the feeling that that's obviously Banded or Scarfed Sork, which most of them are. Most of them are Scarfed. Just went for Air Slash again. And this annoying freaking thing. So every time this swaps out, it's going to get its health back, so it's got Regenerate. It's a bloody royal pain in the ass. Now, I made a really bad boo-boo here. Instead of clicking Protect, I clicked Leaf Seed, and I never want to get my Tropius poisoned, so that was really bad. I was like, but you know, that just happens. That's my own fault. So my Tropius got poisoned. That's not any good. Because obviously instead of Lumberries, I'm running Citrus Berry instead, for just a massive defensive wall that keeps coming back and back and back. But that's going to be a little bit hampered now by that Toxic. I don't really want to stay in too much longer against this thing, because I can't really do much to it. I know it's going to have like Wish, Protect, Toxic, that sort of shit. It's the same old crap every time. Now, I wanted to try this out because I thought it would be quite fun. This is a Tauros that made it a different Tauros than a normal one. But regardless, I'll get to what's happening. So that's going to go for a Wish, and it's going to be able to wish any damage off. Any damage off that a physical Tauros could ever do to it. And it's got great defense. You're probably thinking, why even swap Tauros into it? But I'm actually running a workup. It's a special set. It's a bit random, but I wanted to try it out because to see how it goes. It had some interesting special moves. Like, it's got some crazy moves. It's got like Surf, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower. The only stab special normal moves it had were Hyper Beam, and it also had like things like Round, and it had Uproar, which is cool. I thought I'd try Uproar on this set. The only bad thing about Uproar is you are locked into it, and Tauros has really bad special attack. So I'm able to get a second work up here. That's the only thing about... I'm just going to call it Big Bluff just because it's easier. The only thing about this thing, you can just set up on it very easily as well, and it can't Toxic me either because it's already burned me, and I'm not too fussed about that. Okay, so I got 2 boosts up there in my special attack. Even then, it's not amazing. I think that's only reaching the 400s around there in special attack. Now I'm just gonna fire off my Uproar here. That's the best I can absolutely do to this thing. Unfortunately, the Go-Go comes in, and I'm like, ah, oh, damn, I should have just gone for Flamethrower, but I didn't know whether they were going to swap out again or just stall me out for a little bit more of that burn, but I guess they didn't want that Leech Seed on them, so that really sucks because I could have got a Sheer Force boost on that Flamethrower too, with Life Orb as well at the same time. Okay, so unfortunately I'm going to be stuck into Uproar. It doesn't quite take it out because this Go-Go is very specially defensive. Most of the time they're just like those bulk up sets with Milk Drink, and they just max health and max special defense. Seen them 100 times. I made one right back when the game started. When I first used. I think Go-Go was one of the first Pokemon I used in X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Anyways, it's just going to keep spamming Milk Drink because I'm locked into Uproar still, and I'm taking Life Orb damage. And burn damage. There's nothing I can really do about that. That's Tauros down. But he could have worked really well there. The problem was I was locked into that. If I wasn't locked into that move, I could have gone for a Flamethrower and demolished this Go-Goat. Okay, so Slopton's Farfetch'd to scare off the Go-Goat, which is quite funny because when does Farfetch'd ever scare shit off? But I go for the knockoff there because obviously I knew that they'd be thinking I'd go for like a flying move, maybe Brave Bird, Acrobatics. I actually got Brave Bird on this set. Now, knockoff that leftovers was good. Even though it's got Regenerate, it can help, and it did help later on game, most certainly. Okay, I just sponged it with Tropius here. I'm thinking, well, there's not much my Tropius can really do to this thing. I need to take this stupid thing out. Okay, that's going to go for a Protect, obviously, to try and just stall that extra damage on my Tropius. Now, it's going to go for a Protect here. It's going to see what I'm going to use. I'm going to use Giga Drain. I'm Specs set, so they're obviously going to swap out into Go-Go to try and get a Sap Sipper. I knew that one already. So I had swapped out as well, straight back into Farfetch'd, because that was the best swap I could think of at this point in the game. And I had my choice scarf renewed again, so I could use a different move. Okay, I just went for Brave Bird here, so I thought, fuck it, let's just do it. They might underestimate me, and they did, and Dux absolutely annihilates that Go-Go. That was sweet. I was running Jolly as well, so it only had like 229 attack. Okay, I lose a crap load of my health, but that's fine. Farfetch'd got a kill. That's all that matters. Sork comes in. This is a big decider to find out whether it was scarfed or banded, so it is scarfed, and it takes me out there with the poison jab. But it determined what set it was, and well, I knew what the set was, what item it was. Okay, and now I knew poison jab wouldn't take my Duran out there. This was a pretty important part of the match. I locked myself into Giga Drain here because I knew that I had Sork and Big Love this left. Unfortunately, I got poisoned, and that really sucked. But since I'm Specs, I did quite a bit of damage to Sork, over half damage, which was really nice, and I was able to get a little bit of my health back too, which is even better. Because without a healing move, I think Sork would have had enough to take me out with a second poison jab. So that hits me fairly hard there. And I go for another Giga Drain. That's going to take Sork out, so that's really great. He could have swapped Sork out there, but he would only be swapping his Sork out into Love Disc and that would get absolutely destroyed by Giga Drain. Okay, now I finally got this this Alomomola down to the last thing, so it can't swap out now. It can't use this annoying ass little regenerator. It doesn't have its leftovers. I removed that with my Farfetch'd. Now I had to do a really long play. Now this play I'm going to speed up times 400 or 4 times because it went for a good 15 turns just between these two Pokemon. Okay, pretty much what I was trying to do here is I was trying to stall out. I wanted to get the Leech Seeds up on it for starters because I knew it didn't have any leftovers anymore. Also I knew that it had Wish and Protect and Scald, so it didn't have much to hit me, so I needed to get it down. Even if I got it down, you know, half health, then I could bring in my Durant, because I wasn't 110% sure if I could one-shot it with Giga Drain, unless it had, did it have any, you know, the question was, did it have any special defense EVs invested in it, or then how many did it have invested in it? I needed to get it down to like a point in health where I knew that I could just finish it off. Okay, unfortunately Tropius had to just keep taking all these hits. He did an amazing job there because he lasted for so long due to his Citrus Berry Harvest. It was incredible. Most Pokemon would have died ages ago just due to that pure toxic damage. I had Roost as well, and I was getting pretty awesomely lucky there with Harvest. I think I got it twice or 3 times in a row straight off the bat. Alomomola just keeps. Really all it's doing is using Wish and Protect and just stalling me out with a poison damage. I think this is my final turn here. I get it, and it does get the Wish off, and Tropius gets it very low, and that's what I wanted to do. Even after that Wish came back, I knew that I had the chance. Okay, so I'm going to slot it right down here. Right, so Alomomola goes for its final Protect here. I knew the next turn would pretty much decide the match, and that'd get its Wish recovery back. It could have gone for a second Protect here, but I didn't think it would, because if they risked that, it would have been way too risky, because I would have got my health back now. I went for Giga Drain here. That was my only option. I was Spexed. I was confident I had enough special attack to take it out, and I do take it out, and that was awesome. I was so happy to get past this thing. It's such a cunt. It's mind my French. But that's what it is. It's really annoying. It stalls and stalls and stalls. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. It was fun, but that end bit was really frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. Vote up for your favourite theme team in the comment section. Do it. If you enjoyed this one, please leave a like on the video as well. That's very much appreciated. And thank you for taking time out of your day watching my videos. Peace out.